Oh, Dwight.
Dwight. We've already got Dwight as like a double agent. We've got...
No, I was thinking more along the lines of like when Morgan came back. That was a really good reappearance too. I mean, they couldn't conjure up something along those lines. He could have like break down in tears about his family. No, he was just like, I'm tough. I'm sort of Negan, because he barely said it, because I think Rick had to say it for him that he was Negan. So
yeah.
And he, there was a baby found there too. There was no emphasis on the baby. It
wasn't his baby.
It wasn't his baby, but just to say, I mean, like, why not play the morality ground a bit too? It's like, we're not all monsters, and could have been played to the title to the episode.
I mean, you can have babies and still be a monster.
Well, yeah, a little baby monster baby.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta
it's alive,
create
kind of a whole "it's alive" thing going on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Charles Manson had babies or tried to have babies. I don't know.
Maybe he did. He didn't care, or maybe I think he no, he didn't he sterilize himself? Or
I don't know. I'm just saying. You don't, just because you have a baby doesn't mean you're not evil.
No, but just to say, like, just play with the morality ground that they're already playing with anyway right now. So I don't know. It wasn't used intelligently. I was very disappointed. I was just so glad he died.
Well, I was disappointed that Rick takes that baby, and now we got another baby in the show.
Oh well, it's gonna be brought to the kingdom, and no one's gonna remember. It's gonna stay in a crib. It's gonna take Gregory's room or something. I don't know.
Hopefully. We find out the assault is still going on outside of the Saviors, one of their little bases. The one that Aaron was leading.
That's right. And Tobin reveals that he's okay.
Yeah, he's like, I'm okay, guys. He's like, nobody cares, Tobin.
No, I did, okay? Don't you take that away from me. Best secondary character, okay?
Nah. Aaron and Eric say goodbye to each other.
They do.
Aaron's trying to be motivating, being like, oh, we're going to get through this. I'm going to come back for you. And it's like, nah, you're saying goodbye.
Pretty much. I don't know. You got like 20 minutes, maybe even less when you got a shot like that.
Yeah. It went right through. I don't know. I don't know what the problem was.
Well, he bled to death.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So now we got walkers tumbling down, just doing free falls down the hill.
It reminded me of Ralph Wiggum. Tumbling down the hill. That's like, it was very animated.
It was very animated. You probably got a lot of stunt coordinators working on that too.
I don't know why you saved them. Just just feed them to the sharks at that point. You didn't know what to do with them. You can't keep a prisoner. Well, feed them to the sharks.
I was really hoping that would happen. I was hoping that way both Jesus and Morgan would get their way, and nobody's to blame. It's just exactly. This is what you get in the apocalypse. But
right. A natural disaster.
Yeah, but because Rick was just Morgan was just about to kill that long-haired guy who's that little weasel guy, Jared.
Why is he smiling? How does he find the best at everything?
He's insane. Well, Morgan?
No, Jared.
Well, Jared's just trying to get at him,
I guess so. Yeah, I find he's that kind of guy. Too jolly. I just wish he could at least just beat him with his staff for a little bit. At least allow that, make an example out of him. Something I would do.
Yeah.
That.
Well, now when all these guys escape, because they're all just tied up by their.
None of them escape.
Well, a big group of them escape.
Oh, right.
They run out in the midst of all this chaos. They get out into the woods. Yeah. Morgan chases them down, and he's about to just mow them all down. Shoots one of them, but then Jesus comes and saves them by hitting Morgan. And I was so upset by this whole thing because I know that a fight between Morgan and Jesus is going to win.
You wonder how, why? Because I don't, I'm not.
Like, why do we know that? Like, why do we just?
What's the credibility for Jesus? I know we know he's been shown that he's very skilled, especially in the combat in the combat area. But I'm wondering what his background was. We know what Morgan's was. It was Aikido with the stick, with the staff.
Well, Aikido with a cheesemaker, and we don't know what Jesus skilled. Is. He was pretty skilled, but I mean, I don't know. We don't really see any comparison.
That's Someone what I'm saying.
Staff,
how do you know for sure Jesus is the better? Well, we know now.
Well, saying, how do you even predict? Before that, he just looked like we've seen way more shots of him just being really nimble, being doing acrobatic stuff, doing whatever. I don't know, but when someone jiu-jitsu, I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing a bunch of moves, and I have to imagine that's got to be more effective than a stick.
I don't know. I don't know. When you have a staff, it's a good reason you have a staff and not a gun. But
well, he had a staff. Morgan had a staff all this time because he didn't want to kill people.
Exactly.
You can neutralize them with a staff.
It did pretty well.
He did, yeah. He did
very well. That's how I was saying his credibility should be up there with Jesus. But it's like it wasn't like it was a tilt that totally went Jesus' way. But Jesus had a good handle on it. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely Jesus who was the one who was always saying, "Are we done yet? Are we done?" Like he's got a handle on it. Yeah. Morgan can get a couple of good hits in there, but
that's true. He did fight against Carol, and that none of them came up on top. So no. I guess Jesus could take them both.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, I did like something about what Morgan was saying, because despite him being unreasonable and wanting to kill them in ways like it's like if we kill them, we turn, then we don't turn, and it's not making any sense. It's very convoluted.
Well, he's going back to his clear moments.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to say clear, but in a way, there's something wise about what he says. You don't find the fact that, like, when we kill them, are we any different? I think he was trying to make out that, and then he had a point. He was being self-aware, and that's why he walks away in the end. But
yeah,
but then then Tara goes, "No, wait, Morgan, you're right," and he didn't turn around after.
No, it's like, well, if it's only Tara backing me, I'm not going to win any popularity votes.
Tara's not convincing here at all, I find, in any way in that regard. Because I don't hate Tara. I don't hate her character at all, and I did like her single episode from last season. But when she has that moment where she kind of points the gun at the prisoners, and she's like, bang, bang. I'm like, that's not convincing. That looks very playful in that regard. So I'm just like, it's. Why don't they at least show like somebody's reaction or whatever? But I guess even they didn't want to show that, so I don't know. It was
yeah. I don't know. I didn't find it too playful. I know she wants to murder them all, but
yeah,
it's I find it surprising that no one has done that yet. That everyone's just listening to Jesus. No one's just mowed them all down.
But you do agree at a certain degree, in a certain way, which is like, well, if they gave up their weapons, what use are they if you shoot them in that regard? You've taken everything that they could be a danger of, because you have the upper hand, you have the gun, and there's no way of them, there's not a good chance of them escaping.
There's a great chance of all of those people, everything they've done, and all they have to do is get the drop on one person.
There's a difference between executing and killing, though. There is a difference, and I do like that distinguishability that Jesus is saying. That's what makes the argument viable. It's what makes it more. We may not agree with it, but there is a difference between killing and executing.
Yeah, but I think that's in a world a little more civilized, where not everybody is trying to kill you, and this is everybody trying. Like this isn't war just because two countries are fighting and the people are just fighting for their country. These people seem to really believe in, like, they enjoy murdering people.
Right, everybody's saying.
You don't see any of them surrender truthfully. Like, they're surrendering because they know they're about to get killed, but they're not trying to cross over. We haven't seen anybody try to cross over except for Dwight.
Was it the argument they're trying to make? They're trying to make him cross over? I don't think Jesus was trying to do.
Well, he's trying to get them into the community. He's like, we're going to have to live side by side with these people after. And it's like, no, these people are going to turn on you the first chance they get, and if they don't, it's still a huge risk for you to take.
You know what I would
babies.
Do? You know what I would do, actually? I would just blindfold them all, drive them to a location, and just keep them blindfolded, and I tell them to walk until they feel water on their feet, and that's it. They won't know where they are. They won't find their way back. Hopefully you drive them in at a significant distance, and that's that.
And they'll come back in 3 seasons with a big army, and they'll murder you.
Well, they won't have any guns, at least.
You gotta kill everybody you see. Or you cut off their hands.
Or their thumbs.
No, their hands.
Hands.
You go the whole way. No, I just think it's stupid. Everything they've been through, everything they've seen, and they're still using logic from the world of today. I feel like in this apocalypse world, this with everything going on, with the Negans, with the saviors, with all the backstabbing that's gone on, just don't take chances. The time for taking chances is over, because you have been proven wrong so many times.
I agree with what you're saying, being in their place, but being as a viewer, you kind of understand the overall, because you're a viewer. You're outside of all of it.
Sure,
that's the only thing. But I agree. I think I'd kill them. I mean, I'd be very paranoid if they would come back.
Yeah, and even now, like, they're not giving me any reason to trust them. The first chance they get, they run away. They don't stay and fight. They don't.
Well, they are running away from zombies, though.
Yeah, but they're also trying to get away from.
Well, yeah,
from
that's
being captive.
Definitely a bonus, but it's also to get to safety.
Yeah, sure. I don't know why Rick. I keep saying Rick. I don't know why Morgan wouldn't have killed. What was his name? Jared.
Jared first. Yeah, maybe he was, but Jared was standing behind him. Actually,
is it Jared? Isn't Jared the leader of that outpost of saviors?
Isn't that Gavin?
Oh God, yeah, you're right.
I mean, I could.
This is what happens when I don't take my.
Well, I'm filling in the gaps like you asked.
My notes. Yeah, thank you. Rick and Daryl now have a shootout with some of the saviors in the hallway of the building they were in. This is just after Morales got an arrow to his chest or something. It
reveals the location of where they really are. Actually,
where are they?
It's the same place where Tobin and where Aaron was.
Oh yeah. They're all in the same building. They're like going in the back way or something.
Yeah, I don't know why. Did they reveal that, or did they?
Why they were doing it?
No, not why. Did they reveal that from the start, or did they have just?
There was a good idea that it was messy. You didn't know for sure.
Yeah,
you didn't understand what anyone was trying to do until Rick made mention of them trying to find the guns.
Right.
So I guess the whole thing was just everyone looking for guns. That's what the distraction in the front was for. Right. That's what. I don't know. I just thought it was multiple locations being hit up at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I understand you want to see a plan unfold, but I couldn't, like, you know, it's hard to tell if it's the same location at all.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like you want to see if you're going to be privy to the plan beforehand, then that's fine. But if you're not going to be aware of what's going on, you want to at least understand what's happening as it's happening. You don't want to be left in the dark.
But they do that all the time, whether it's a good plan or not. Like, just an example, when Sasha and Rosita went to go after Negan, you know, Sasha went into the building. We don't know what the hell happened, but she ended up living.
Yeah, but I feel like it's not engaging. Like, if I don't know what they're doing, I'm just lost. I'm confused. I don't know where everyone is supposed to be. I don't know if they're just across the hall from each other or they're...
Yeah, in fact, actually, before the season premiere of this season, they were showing. I was just watching the season finale, just how like the whole action sequence went along. And I'm just wondering where people were going and where people ended up. I still don't understand what was happening there. Yeah. Like when you draw up a storyboard and say, well, where's everybody going to go? It's just, I really feel like there wasn't that much thought into it.
Yeah. I think they need like an interactive map that we can watch as we're watching this show. Just, a little arrow over where everybody is. Yeah,
just have everybody circle, everything color coded, the saviors are red,
Yeah, it could be like The Sims.
Exactly. Yeah. That'd be funny. Like it would be a good bonus feature.
Yeah. I don't even think the writers of the show could figure out where everyone was supposed to be at every point in this series.
If it's already there, you might as well do something. Conjure up something.
Yeah. Gregory comes back to the hilltop now.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, it was comical, but I'm surprised that Maggie let him back in, especially because Maggie recognized the car, that he had Gabriel's car.
Right. Well, she can't draw too many conclusions with that, as she said, right?
But I mean, the only conclusion you need to draw is that he gave them all up to the saviors. Gave inside information just because he was scared.
But the funny thing is when
they were all scared.
Yeah, but the funny thing is when he acts big in a big way. It's like, you're right, I'm sorry. And actually it's like, whoa, this is the first time you hear anything remotely close to what Gregory would ever come to an apology and finally just, weigh in with them finally.
But I don't buy it. And
of course you don't.
Because we saw him do this exact same thing with Jesus 2 episodes ago. And we know how it turned out with Jesus.
Right.
Sorry, I keep saying Jesus. I apologize, with Gabriel, Father Gabriel. Right. He did this fake apology with Father Gabriel, got on his good side, and then just stole his car. So I can't think that he's doing anything other than that again.
Well, wait, the way it happened with Father Gabriel wasn't a fake apology. It was like he decided to go when Father Gabriel said, no, don't go, and he ended up getting the car, and instead of... there's no fake apology, he just left afterwards.
Well, he was very insincere, which is the same thing to me, because when he goes in, he's like... Right. Thank you. He's like, don't thank me, thank the Lord or something. And then Gregory's like, yeah, fine, whatever. Like,
well, But anyways, I'm just trying to say with Gregory too is like in a manner of speaking, his arguments in a way are believable. He wouldn't think standing up to the saviors is actually a very good option, considering what the lack of an army and quantity that they have, and the lack of ammunition. So it's Gregory technically politically is correct politically.
Yeah, but you got to have some humility within. Don't go crawling back like a cockroach.
Where else you got to go? You gonna go back to the saviors? They just kicked you off the stairs.
Try a new life. Try just going out on your own and not being such a...
But he left all his bourbon.
A horrible person.
In the manor, he left everything there.
I don't know. It's just like you got to have no humility to be able to crawl back to the hilltop after what you've done and expect them to forgive you because you were scared.
I just love how he has the interaction with the gatekeeper, just like when he took a little kid's pudding or something like that. What was?
That was such a weird thing. Is like you ate a girl's pancakes.
Yeah,
or something. It's like I didn't take her pancakes.
He just gives him the finger afterwards. It's just like it's.
So we're really getting a good picture of what, because like that's a backstory. I'd like, not a backstory, but that's like a bottle episode I'd like to see, is Gregory going to the sanctuary and just being a horrible person the whole way through, stealing some girl's pancakes.
Well, back in Kingdom, you mean?
Yeah, I don't know exactly where.
He said sanctuary.
Yeah, wasn't it on the road to the sanctuary that he stole some girl's pancakes?
Oh, maybe. I didn't remember the interaction too well. I mean, like it's a shame too. I kind of like that moment. I don't remember much of it because there's not much to take from this episode.
Yeah, it was a couple of throwaway lines like for humor, but it was still good.
But what I do like about Gregory's thing is that like every time Gregory, like, you kind of unveil their backstory of like how he even becomes a leader. You ever wonder why he does, and then people have this like image of what he's supposed to be, but he actually doesn't have it. It just people go along with it, and just because he can't really do anything else.
Yeah,
he's not worthy of anything else, so it's just funny he's just worthy in this case just to like steal a girl's pancakes.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah, I mean, like, he was a fine leader when there was no one to lead, problems.
Well, just because he held his end of the bargain with the saviors.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do anything, and
exactly.
to the people in the hilltop, they didn't know anything was wrong. Everything was going fine.